The Help to Buy scheme was set up in 2013 to assist mainly first-time buyers onto the housing ladder by providing a 5-year interest-free loan for the deposit on the property. Homes England is the government department that runs it. School teacher Sophie has been part of the Help to Buy scheme since 2021.
It was quite difficult for us to get the deposit together and get all the money that we needed. So we were grateful for the Help to Buy scheme. We are now trying to remortgage.
So where are you at now?
We need a document called a deed of postponement.
This document was critical to ensuring she was able to take out a new mortgage at a competitive rate. But it wasn't forthcoming.
It got to the 3rd of July when we were due to remortgage and we still didn't have this piece of paper. So our mortgage rate has nearly doubled.
Homes England handed the administration of the scheme to a company called Target. But as of June 16th this year, another company, Lenvy, has been in charge. But getting through to Lenvy for an update on her missing documents has left Sophie feeling even more frustrated.
The hardest part was for them to tell us it will be 6 weeks. We have no control over this and we just want some answers.
Help to Buy was this huge boon for you guys.
But now, ironically, we could lose our house because of them.
The whole situation was recently debated in Parliament, with Tory MP Richard Fuller saying that the transfer from Target to Lenvy had been handled extremely poorly.
Remortgaging can be a time-sensitive matter. So can the leader advise me what steps I can do to raise the importance of this matter with the relevant department?
John took out a Help to Buy loan in 2017 and this year wanted to pay it back in full so he could sell his house. He requested vital paperwork for this to happen.
It should be a very straightforward process. The document we were waiting for was called a redemption statement, which is basically how much money you owe. We were told that we would have a redemption figure within 7 days. So from there till the end of June, we had nothing. We just on the phone for hours and hours. It's just ridiculous.
You're paying for 2 properties, one of which is just sitting empty, waiting for Lenvy to come through with the stuff.
Yeah, that's correct. Can't rent the house out. Obviously, we're paying council tax, we're paying utility bills, so it's not a good experience.
John's house documents finally arrived in July, but by then his first buyer had pulled out. With the second buyer now waiting to complete, John needs further paperwork from Lenvy, which, you've guessed it, also hasn't arrived.
We could lose the buyer.
I mean, we're talking about life-changing decisions and transactions, aren't we, here?
Yeah, you can't really move on with anything, you know. My wife's not sleeping very well because she's worried about this, because until you exchange contracts, you're not legally obliged to buy this property.
Mortgage specialist Nicola McKenzie has been monitoring the situation since Homes England put Lenvy in charge.
How has this handover from Target to Lenvy been handled?
From what I can see, very poorly, because we know that the Help to Buy scheme was taken up by 350,000 borrowers. That's not a surprise. So you would expect it to be administered a lot more efficiently than it is.
And what needs to happen?
I would expect to see Homes England working closely with Lenvy to rectify this situation as soon as possible, because it's just completely unfair on borrowers, where they're seeing even higher mortgage payments.
Homes England told us Sophie and John's cases are now resolved. It apologised to them and others impacted in July and August. It says the average call time is now approximately 7 minutes and it's monitoring the service closely. Target said during its 7 years working with Homes England, it strives to deliver an excellent service. It will ensure it reviews what's happened so it can improve things moving forward. Lenvy said it inherited a significant number of complex cases with 4 times the average volume of inquiries due to interest rate rises. It's prioritising customers in order of completion date, working with Homes England and extending its working hours to deal with the backlog.
Lenvy, Homes England, the whole point of Help to Buy was to allow people to realise the dream of owning a home. But now it's almost more of a block, preventing them getting a mortgage they can afford or from moving on. Pick up the phone, send them the documents they need. It's time to rebuild trust.